For all this weather, it's just nuts. It is 80, almost 85 degrees currently. Hello! Did you hear the door slam? Did you hear the door slam? Did you come because you heard the door slam? It is hot. It is very toasty. Oh, it looks like Mr. Pork Chop has walked the buddies out. Buddy's out today. Nani, what you doing, babe? She's such a weirdo. So it is 3:30. Like, Tony's in the pool. It's November. I don't even know if there's any water in the pool. Is there water in the pool? There shouldn't be. Maybe a little. It's stuck. How did y'all do this? There, is that better? Yeah? Maybe a little? What day, Tony Pig? What day? Yeah. Grumpy girl. You are. Hi, Mr. Pork Chop. Your teeth are looking some sort of way, man. Hi, buddies. Yeah, Mom's gonna go see the girls. Okay, y'all look okay. I know Pops was over here filling up water. Got a cat asleep over there. It was highs in the 40s, lows in the teens last week, and now it's 80. And it's November. Say, it's Jeremy's birthday tomorrow. You guys won't, of course, get this till the weekend, and his birthday will have already passed. It is toward the end of the day now of daylight. It is about dark at like 5 now with time change. I actually come out before dinner, before Jeremy gets home, and put them all up. But it is steamy. Let's see if we can get them to come. There's like not even any shade because the trees don't have any leaves. Come on, babies. You don't need to be up here. Nobody's been in heat. Nani may be in heat, but she is retired officially this year. So, come on, babies. We've been headbutting each other a lot the last couple of days. Not sure why. Not entirely sure why, but they have been just crazy. Come on, Sally Belly. And they don't really like the days are getting shorter and shorter. So when I come out here and it's 15 minutes before sunset, they are not about going inside. They want to stay out and eat, but they're all up at the barn. They just kind of milling around. It's very windy. The temperature is supposed to drop drastically tonight and rain tomorrow. And the high tomorrow is like in the 50s. Who knows? Who knows? Come on. Come here. What are y'all doing? Come on, Daisy. They're just all super unsure. Why? Why are we so weird? We aren't sure. This one. Come on, Zelbo. What you doing? What you doing, Zelda? I don't know. Where are ya? It's so hot. It's so hot, big girl. Come on. Come on. It's hot, and this is the shady spot. Come here. But Bun's always come. Her's a good girl. You're so fat. You need to lose weight. You do. You need to lose weight. Are you worried Zelle's gonna be mean to you? Are you worried? Mom has the camera. She has one hand. So good girl. So do you just not like it? We just both need love. We're so sweet. Come here, murder goat. Hello, Daisy. Hi. How are you? Yeah, hello. Want to go, bunnies? Yes. Come on. Everybody's breathing really hard because it's so hot. This is not good for everyone's health, is it? Not necessary. It might be, Mom. So I thought we would start our animal series with the first goat that I ever bought. And I normally start with Daisy because she's the first goat we ever brought home. But I think we are going to start with the first goat we actually ever purchased. And when we started, yes, I'm being chewed on. I could not decide if I wanted Nubians or Nigerians. And I really started with, I'm gonna get Nubians. No one in our area raises Nubians. Like, we had to drive 2 hours to get Daisy, and they drove 2 hours to meet us. And they were like the closest people around, and she's not even a registered Nubian. She's a grade Nubian. Her sire, her dad was registered, but she was not. So Twiz was like the first ever registered goat that we got. And at that point, I did not know if I was gonna do Nigis, Nubians, or Minis, which are a mix of Nubians and Nigerians, which I really like the idea of, because you get the amount of milk from the Nubian, but they are somewhere in between the size, and you can see how much bigger. But Twiz was actually the very first goat we ever bought. Come here, Twizzler. It's like not about it. Padme's like, I'll come from a... It's because Pixie is all being weird. Hey, come here. So this is Twizzler. So she was a baby goat, and we basically reserved her from a farm in Eureka Springs. She was born in March of 2015, and I, in like March or April, had reached out and was gonna go pick her up when she was 8 to 10 weeks old. And in the process of buying her, also purchased a mini Nubian doe from the same farm named Midnight, that does not live here anymore because she was mean. Hi friends, I have spent tons of time outside with you. You guys are just wild. And like, won't quit biting me. So Twizzy is 8, aren't you? Will be 9 in the spring. And she was a baby. I'll try to find some pictures of when we first brought her home. And so we brought her home with Midnight, and Midnight was a mini Nubian. And so she was 10 or 12 weeks by the time we got her, because we were trying to have Midnight bred before we brought her home, and that just really wasn't working for them. She was dam raised, so not a bottle baby, but they worked with her like a whole lot, holding her and handling her. So she was pretty friendly. Very well taken care of. Really loved the farm that we bought her from. They had lost their buck. Hi. But he was a really nice buck that they had traveled somewhere in the Northeast to get. And they had really nice lines, but they're American Goat Society. So they're AGS instead of ADGA. She's walking away because she is not getting any attention. And it's because this one keeps biting me. There's a whole goat court here. Don't bite. Can't bite people. It's not nice. Hi, Pop Pop. Who are ya? So she was my first goat that I ever bred, and we had different bucks then that you guys have never seen. We've never had them since we had YouTube. And she is polled, so she has no horns naturally, and occasionally she will throw polled babies. We bought a polled buck to breed her with because we really wanted no horns. I really didn't want to disbud. And then it became less of a thing, trying to get good genetics. Didn't really care about horns. And we had a horned buck and that had blue eyes, who's Pixie's dad, and then we had a polled buck with brown eyes from the same farm, different lineage, that we got in Ozark. And that's kind of how we started. So we had Daisy maybe a month, because I got Daisy at 5 weeks old and bottle fed her. And we got Twiz and Midnight, and so I had Daisy and Marvin and Twiz and Midnight, and Twiz is just a baby. So she is the only goat on this farm that I purchased as a baby goat other than Daisy. Everybody else that has either been born here, or like Zelda and Bunny and Nani were adults when they were brought here. No big deal. Just let me prop you up. Twiz, we bred for the first time at 8 months. I probably would not do that again. So we bred her first fall, and she had twin boys, Jack, and I don't remember what the other one's name was, to be totally honest with you. It was probably like the most traumatic experience for me as a first time goat owner and birther and all of that. I was not really ready. I didn't really know very well what I was looking for, and I went out to the barn one morning and there were baby goats. And she had them basically outside. It was cold. She was in a lean-to area, not in the barn. So I had to like quickly throw some things together for her and the babies. She did so well. She was the first goat that I ever milked. She has tiny teats. It was miserable, but you don't really know that until they feel their udder for the first time what it's going to be. She has great capacity and really great quality milk. Her teat orifices are just very tiny. So we bought a milk machine almost immediately because I could not hand milk her. The crazy story for her is that we had chickens, and we've never had YouTube when we've had chickens, but we used to have chickens and we did not have a rooster. I'm lying to you. I do not remember if it was our rooster or if it was the neighbor's rooster that jumped the fence and came over, because we had that happen, and took his spur and clawed the baby goat's eye, and it ripped the baby goat's eye open. These are the first baby goats I've ever had. Number one, I have not been present for the birth. It was cold and raining the day that she had them. Did not have stall or anything set up for her. And then they get attacked, and they're baby, like tiny, tiny babies. And our vet, such a cool process, and I'll try to find some photos and shoot in over my voiceover. His wife is their small animal vet, and they ended up sewing his eye back together. He ended up being able to see out of that eye, not well. And he lived at our farm until we sold the other 2 bucks. And the 2 bucks and he all went together to a different farm at some point because no one wanted him as a buckling. I think we ended up banding him because of his bad eye. I do not think that it would have affected him in any way, but I also understand that if you are wanting a buck, you want a buck that has no blemishes or anything. So he was weathered and just became a companion, but it was like the wildest story of these very first baby goats that we ever had. They were both polled. It was just crazy because we bred her with a polled buck. I'm sorry, I just need her in the face. I'm sorry, but your head was in a totally wrong place. I don't know what you're doing besides being weird. Pixie was actually her second set of babies. So Pixie and I guess Nani are about the same age. I'd have to go look. And so this is Pixie. Pixie would be her, this is Pixie. Pixie is her daughter. She had 3 babies that year. Again, I totally missed the birth. It took me several years to really know what labor looked like in goats. And she had them when I was at work and I came home, and I will still tell you, I have only been present for maybe 2 of her kiddings because she does not look like she's in labor and then she has babies. But Pixie was actually a triplet and neither of the other babies survived. And the same happened the same year Daisy had babies, and Daisy had twins and one didn't survive. So that was kind of a weird year for us overall. 100%, I was learning. It's totally fine. It was not totally fine, but we worked it out. So Pixie was our first female goat that was ever born on the farm, and that was Twizz's daughter. Twiz has always been a great milker. She was super easy to stand train, and she totally spoiled me for stand training. She and Daisy, both super easy, never had to do anything with them. Kind of popped them on the stand and started with the milker, and they did just super well. First goat we milked. She's our first goat that ever had babies. She was just has always been such a great little doe. We of course retired her last year because she has the nickname Murder Goat, don't you? See, that's me, Mom. Down to murdery goat. In her older age, she has gotten to where anytime somebody is in labor and is in a stall, she starts attacking them and beating her head against the stall. And you guys have seen that the last couple of years. She just gets really aggressive and really upset, and she does it every year. And it was much worse when she was pregnant, and also very worried about her safety when she was pregnant. And then she would like attack the mama goat when I let them out. None of my other girls do that. She did not do that when she was younger, but basically decided after that year, pregnancy was making her crazy. She did a little bit of it last year, for sure, but was, for one particular, the first goat that went into labor, and then she kind of mellowed out. So she's been retired. She's still a little murdery. She is the kind of goat that only wants attention if everybody else is getting attention. So she does not really care to be pet and loved on unless she feels like someone else is doing that. So, but she likes scratches and she likes to be pet, and she is very sweet, but she is, she's my goat and she doesn't really care anything about anybody else. So if you come to visit the farm, she is probably not going to be the goat that comes up to you and asks for scratches. Sorry, no, Padme. It's not about you today. It's not. It's Twizz's video. This is unacceptable. But we'll love a scratch for me. But she's my goat. And cares nothing for anyone else. Hi, Tweety. Unlike this one, who will follow you around and beg for pets. And like, see, she's walking away. Like, not interested. Are you gonna come? Oh, it's because this. I can't squat down. It's very hard. I'm being bit on one end. Go my face here. So it's my video. It's about me. It's all about Twiz. And I know she's somebody's favorite goat. She's just kind of a really great structurally sound doe. Her babies. So I have a friend that has a buckling out of her and Luke, who has thrown some beautiful babies that have done really well in show. And I think their genetic combination has been really great. Her genetics, because they're AGS, I just don't know a ton about them. But yeah, are you coming back now? Did Mama walked away from everybody else? Are you my goat? Are you the OG? She had her name when we bought her, but my husband has a big sweet tooth and Twizzlers are one of his favorite candies. So that's why we decided to keep Twiz, and we name all of her babies and all of Pixie's babies candy names because we just kind of love that. Jealous much. But I know her so good. But you can see, like, she loves me. But she typically is not. He also is a one goat human. Hi, Bubba. That is all about Twiz. You can feel free to ask some questions about her in the comments. She is does her own thing. Is kind of in charge. Doesn't listen to anyone. But she and Pixie are very bonded. But we do call her Murder Goat because she gets after folks. She is not high up in the herd order, I would not say. You know, Daisy, the boys at this point, Poppy, Zelda, yeah, all ahead of her. But she and Pixie will ganged up on people. You will, like the two of you, have gotten to where they stand at the gate at night and don't let anybody in. She's kind of a little turkey. But has never been like, kind of my, goats that will get themselves into trouble. Like, she's never been one to test fences, any of that. She's just always really easy. And I think when people come to babysit, she's one of the least problematic. Pixie, on the other hand, will headbutt you. She will jump on you, which I always think is really weird. Usually once they have babies, they don't tend to jump on you as much. I suppose it's probably like ladies that have had babies where if you jump too much, you will probably pee your pants. And ow! No! Mom does not want the inside of her thighs to be bit by city goats. By city goats. So that is our Twizzler. Are you a celebrity? Are you a celebrity goat? Say Mama's #1 OG goat. Does hate to have her feet trimmed. Yes. This kind of a stinker, but we love you. Always been really healthy. Never had any major health issues, knock on wood. That is all about Twiz for this week. I'm glad you guys are excited about this series. I'm gonna try to go in order of kind of like oldest, youngest, so we'll probably do Daisy, but then stay in family groups. So I'll do Twiz this week, we'll do Pixie next week because she's in the family group, and then we'll go Daisy, Poppy, Zelda and Link, Bunny and Padme, Nani, Pepper and Chai, and then Parker and Tink are kind of our... Tink's mom has passed away 2 years ago, and Parker obviously is our rescue. And then we'll go to the boys and the pigs and the dog and the cats and everybody. So that's our Twizzler.